right. Hello. Today is Wednesday. It's October 14th, and I'm doing daily three card tarot readings in October. And I've been using this new spread that's Think About, Do, and a challenge or a helper. So I'm going to use that same one again today and see what comes up. All right, let's get right into it. Didn't drop any cards yet. Ha ha ha. I say that, and then I drop one. No. All right, so think about, do, and challenge. Here we go. Okay, this is getting to be a little crazy. Temperance. If you've been tuning in, you might know that yesterday we drew the Devil, and the day before that we drew the Tower. So it wouldn't hurt to go back and check out those messages. They're quite short, they're around 6 minutes each, but this one is taking us back another step. So what we need to think about still is the underlying message behind that feeling of lack of control and that feeling of needing a change. So temperance has us backing up one more step. And so the first step is to look for equilibrium. See where your balance is. Look for moderation and measurement, and really assess things to see where they stand. So if you're thinking about an area of life where you want change, because we've been seeing this direction of change in the last few days, ever since Monday, there's been a real push toward things opening up and change coming, and we're getting ready for it. So look at this character in this card. He is super focused. He's staring straight back out at us, and he's got wings, so he's got good intentions. But he is super focused, all right? And so he's got his wings here, so he's got purpose, and he's got two very powerful orbs in his hand here to represent patience and moderation. So yesterday we were talking about maybe feeling like you didn't have control, or that you were being put in a direction that was unhealthy. So here we're really looking for balance in your mind, body, and spirit. You really want to slow down, unplug, and be mindful of your resources so you don't spread yourself too thin. All right, so here you really need to think about how your actions are going to be affecting your future. Everything that you decide today has a butterfly effect. You can see the wings there. It's all going to take you somewhere. So even though it might seem like a very small thing, it's a very important thing. Every choice and decision that you make has long-term implications. So if all you can do to defeat that devil, that feeling of not being in control, if all you can do is make a small change toward balance and moderation, like I'm not asking you, let's say that you're trying to improve your health and you've been eating cookies and donuts every day. I'm not asking you to switch over to only eat salads and everything that's superfood related. I'm asking you here, this card is asking you to find the balance and eat way less cookies and donuts and start eating some salad. Like pull things into the middle so that you can move forward with balance and focus toward what you really want. All right, next card is Do. Okay, we've seen justice here before recently in the last couple weeks. And this card is it's another sort of cause and effect card. So I was just saying here that what your actions have consequences, but this one is telling you to think ahead and be accountable. We had a magician here on the spread that kind of started this all out on Monday, and the magician was telling us to recognize our power to create. Well, this card is telling us to be accountable for our magician goals. So maybe make some SMART goals. What is that now? Specific, measurable, achievable, relatable, and time sensitive. Can you correct me if I'm wrong about SMART goals? Realistic. R is realistic. Anyway, you can Google that. But you need to start being impartial about how are you actually coming to the table? Are you doing the things, you just pretending to do them, or are you actually making the steps toward what will make you more fulfilled? And if you're not, that's okay. She's also saying don't beat yourself up about it, but just see it for what it is. Don't pull the wool over your eyes, but recognize that what you do is like karma. There's a cause and effect, and there will be imbalance. Whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. So this is here your challenge or your helper. All right, so Two of Swords. We had Swords and Air here yesterday as well. But this card is definitely showing you that you're having some difficulties. This is a challenge card. It's going to have some help advice, but it starts off as showing your challenge. And so you feel like it's difficult to make that choice. You feel like it's difficult to balance things. And you're sort of unsure about how you'll feel if you make that change of direction, or how easy it's going to be. You feel like it's hard to make a change. But, this girl, she's got a blindfold on and she is going, the crows are informing her, maybe that's her intuition. But the idea here is to trust your gut. Close your eyes and trust your gut. Don't overthink it. Do what makes sense. You actually know what the answer is. It sometimes seems like it's a hard thing to admit. And look, you can see on her arm here, she's got a tattoo that represents this balance of change and decision. And you can see it here and you can see it here. Like, this entire reading is talking about balance and not going overboard. So, yesterday we were talking about defeating the devil here and thinking about the ways in which we were feeling trapped. But what we're seeing now is that the more important thing in defeating that devil, so that we can move on and make change, is actually to keep things in balance. So look at your body, mind, and spirit, and just do yourself the kindness of balancing those areas and not being hard on yourself and not forcing things, but just bring them to the center, instead of radically shifting to the opposite. So we talked about the tower, we talked about radical change on Monday, and now we're seeing that in order to get that radical change, we have to just back it up a little bit just to find the point of balance, and that will ensure us with some sure footing so that we can make that direction forward. But sometimes, I think if the change is too big, this is kind of what this is telling us. If it feels too big, then we end up giving up. So we end up continuing down the road of the thing and that we didn't want for ourselves. And also, if we try really too hard to make an abrupt change of course, then we end up exhausted and feeling depleted. So what we need to do first now is just realize that our actions have consequences, and the small changes that we make to balance things are going to work, and you know what they are. So trust your gut. So your actions have consequences, and trust your gut. That's the message for today. Awesome, you guys. Thanks for joining me every day for these readings, and I would love to hear how they're working out for you. And if you like them, maybe share them with a friend. Awesome. We'll see you soon.